everybody, this is Jordy Boy with Jordy Boy Baseball, and I'm here to review the Victus Crayon BBCOR.
Let's go. So, you wanted to review this bat for a few different reasons, right?
Yes, I have very positive feelings about this bat. It's a very good bat.
Yeah, and what do you like about the bat? You know, it was your first BBCOR. And I want to kind of, talk about that a little bit because you did transition, Pop, from a drop 10 straight to this BBCOR. We were a little bit nervous about that, right? Because you left Cooperstown, you got back to Cali, and we had to go straight, to 13U and 14U. You're playing up, so they wanted you to use a BBCOR in the 14U games. What were you thinking first and foremost, when you found out you had to start swinging a BBCOR?
When I found out I had to start swinging a BBCOR, I was kind of scared because in my head I'm like, so I'm swinging a Victus pencil bat, another great bat.
That was your last USSSA bat.
And that's a drop 10 bat.
Right.
This is a BBCOR drop 3 30-inch bat. So it's a bit small for a BBCOR, but
right.
Yes.
But it's heavy.
It's still 7 ounces heavier, which is a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to swinging baseball bats.
Yeah.
You want to have a good bat that's lightweight, easy to swing, but also hits hard, a lot of juice.
Right.
I also felt like with the crayon, maybe I wasn't going to get as much juice as I would with the Victus pencil because, it's a BBCOR and I'm switching from a U-trip to a BBCOR bat.
Yeah. But you feel like you've been hitting pretty good with this bat, don't you? Obviously a BBCOR is not going to be as hot as a U-trip bat, but how do you feel about this bat in particular compared to your drop 10 pencil that you swung at Cooperstown?
I don't know if this helps, but this bat has a really big handle, and I think that helps maybe balance out the weight.
Right.
It's still an end-loaded bat, but I really like it because it balances out most of the weight to the handle and grip.
Gotcha. And that helps you if you're working out with a camwood bat and stuff. You get really used to, swinging that thing around. So let me ask you, do you feel like it has close enough pop to that pencil bat, or what do you think? It's a big difference.
Honestly, I think it has more pop than some travel ball bats, in my opinion. Even though it's a BBCOR, it's not supposed to have pop at all.
Yeah.
I've been hitting a lot harder, a lot better than some travel ball bats I had, and I honestly think it's a really great BBCOR bat, especially for me, because I'm a contact hitter,
Right.
I want to get the bat through the zone to the ball, and this is a very good bat, good choice for a bat.
You feel like it's easy to whip around this bat?
Yes, very easy to whip around, despite it being a BBCOR.
Yeah. So you were a Marucci guy.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of a Victus guy, but they are still the same company.
Yeah. I like Victus better, honestly.
You like Victus better now. Okay, but it's the same company, so shout out Marucci and Victus. The other thing I wanted to ask you, to the kids that are jumping from a drop 10 or a drop 8 or even a drop 5 as 12-year-olds, and now maybe they're going to 13 and transitioning up to 14, maybe a kid like you who plays up once in a while at 14, what advice would you give them, as far as selecting a BBCOR bat? Maybe, I don't know, any kind of advice you have for them that are transitioning over?
Honestly, I feel like if I had advice, I'd have really bad advice, especially for choosing bats. Because I'm the type of guy that cannot swing a high fire as good as a pencil bat, or cannot swing I don't know what it is. I could never swing a really expensive bat, a very juiced bat, as good as just a normal, maybe sometimes cheap bat. This was a very reliable bat for me, even though it wasn't that much. And I had some very expensive bats in the past. I haven't done well with any of them. So
Right.
honestly, I have no advice. I have no advice.
Yeah, yeah. And so just, I wanted to ask you real quick before we get done about your experience with this bat so far. I mean, like we said, you transitioned from the pencil bat where you were super hot
Yeah.
to this bat. We thought maybe there would be a bit of a slowdown in the performance because, not only is the bat much heavier as a BBCOR bat, but you also transitioned to a bigger field. You always had a bit of a trouble with that transitioning to the bigger field because you've always, you're not the biggest guy,
Yeah.
So, now that you're starting to close the gap a little bit, getting a little bit bigger, it didn't seem like that was much of an issue, transitioning to 13 or 14U the way it was like when you transitioned to 12. How do you think this bat maybe helped? Or do you think it helped?
I honestly feel like it has been pretty rough, but not as rough as my last transitions. Let's say from like 11 to 12U,
Yeah.
to 13U. But honestly, I don't feel like I've had that much of a hard time. Just because this bat is like, I don't know what is it about this bat. I think I could just whip it around good. And it's also a bit end loaded, so I have pop in the bat, like in the barrel, but it feels balanced, and it's also like very easy to swing, very lightweight.
Right. So it's a good all-around versatile
Yes.
bat. Finally, do you recommend it to just contact hitters, or would you also recommend it to like a big power hitter as well?
I think I'd mostly recommend it to contact hitters. I'm not sure, like, a guy, like, 6 foot tall, 13-year-old guy would like swinging this bat.
Yeah.
Just because it's very, like, easy to whip through the zone.
So they might want a little more resistance,
Yeah,
maybe?
they want more resistance. As a contact hitter, though, you want less resistance on the bat. And even though I have less resistance,
Yeah.
I'm hitting good with it. Like,
Sure.
like it has pop.
For sure.
For a BBCOR.
For sure. All right, man. Well, anything else you want to say? Maybe let everyone know to subscribe, like the channel, anything like that?
Yeah, you guys should subscribe and like because you should.
Let's go. All right. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you guys for watching.